Here's the latest on breaking news we've been following for you. Justice Amy Coney Barrett will take the judicial oath in a private ceremony today at the Supreme Court. Last night, the Senate confirmed her to become an Associate Justice of the nation's highest court, and she took the constitutional oath at a White House event. The 48-year-old justice pledged to do her job independent of politics and her own personal preferences. New this morning, another fire in a Boston ballot box. It's the second case in less than a week. The first happened Sunday when a ballot box was set on fire Sunday morning. Then postal crews discovered charred mail inside another one yesterday. About a dozen ballots were unreadable. 1 week from today, millions will cast their votes on Election Day. Many have chosen to mail in their ballots, while others are waiting for Election Day. The Valley Today's Brian Sherrod joins us live this morning with the options that are still available to us this morning. Good morning, Brian.
And good morning, Lisa. Like you said, 1 week until Election Day. It's crazy to think that it's approaching so fast. And for people who haven't registered yet or even have casted out their votes yet, I'm going to let you know about more options that you can do to go ahead and get yourself into the system, but also let you know how you can do this easily, I want to say. You know, North Dakota and Minnesota have a different set of rules, so I'm going to make this as easy as possible. Now, in North Dakota, no voter registration for in-person or by mail. Bring ID and proof of residency to polls to vote. Got to be 18 years of age, live in North Dakota, and reside in precinct 30 days. Voted absentee ballots postmarked 1 day before Election Day, and early voting ends the exact same day. Now let's go over to Minnesota, where voting registration deadlines is Election Day. You do not need to be registered to apply for absentee ballot. Voting by mail, you do not need a witness if you are registered to vote. Now, non-registered voters still need a witness. Voted absentee ballots postmarked on or before Election Day. Just bring an ID and proof of residency to polls to vote. Minnesota resident 20 days before the election and 18 years of age as well. Now, registered voter in your precinct can also vouch for you. Now, you can find a polling place on the Secretary of State's website, and that's going to be for North Dakota and Minnesota separately. So pretty easy site to go on and also find. I also want to let you know that on Election Day, it will be from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So you have 12 hours to go out and vote if you decide to do that method as well. Also want to let you know all the details we just gave you can be found on our VNL News app to make it easy as possible for you as well. And Lisa, I'm going to go ahead and toss it back to you in studio.
Doesn't matter if you vote early or vote on Election Day, just do it. Brian Sherrod reporting live for us. Thank you.
Sure.
Let's get a check now of our first alert storm team forecast as we are starting off the day on a frigid note, Lisa.
That's right. We're looking at temperatures that are going to be quite cold here this morning as you step out the door. You can see on our sky cam in Fargo that things are quiet. We at least don't have to worry about snow or rain or anything like that, at least to start off the day. It would be snow today, looking at those temperatures. We've got 13 degrees here this morning in Fargo. Fergus Falls, 12 degrees. Bemidji's at 13. Everybody's on the clear side, but that will be changing as our next system approaches. A look at our winds. They're out of the south. That's a good thing for bringing in some warmer air. However, they're strong this morning, and so that's going to factor into your wind chill as we progress through the day. This will continue to be a wind chill issue even as the air temperature is climbing. And speaking of, here's a look at those wind chill numbers. It feels like 4 below in Fargo, 6 below in Valley City. Oaks has been the top or lowest wind chill, we should say, 13 below in Oaks right now. It feels like 4 below in Fergus Falls. So a chilly start. And looking off to the northwest, you can see that snow. There's even a little mixed precipitation on the warm side of this. That's all dropping into the northern valley as we head through the morning hours. We're seeing the clouds starting to move into that area, and then the snow will follow currently north of the border and north of Minot there. So let's take a look at that bus stop planner. Today, cold wait at the bus stop here this morning with that chilly start. Make sure those kids are bundled up and layered up. And as we head into the afternoon rather, as they're heading home, it depends on where you are. If you're in the southern valley, you're going to just experience some cloud cover. Temperatures around 30 degrees, but it will be windy. Keep that in mind. If you're in the northern valley, you're likely going to see some areas of some scattered light snow showers rolling through, and perhaps even a little mix again as this continues to depart. So today's kind of the day for the precipitation. As we head into the rest of the week, it's looking quieter as far as that's concerned. We're trying to warm things up heading into the weekend. We'll see temperatures back into the upper 40s for Halloween, and we keep the 40s around as we head into next week. So we do see those temperatures moderate and approach that average range rather than being as cold as we've been and currently are right now.
That's a good thing to hear. It is so cold this morning. Thank you, Lisa. 2 more North Dakota cities in the valley are telling people they need to mask up. Grand Forks and Devils Lake approved the new rules last night. In Grand Forks, it was a unanimous vote, and it will be effective immediately after the mayor signs off on it. That's expected to happen today. And in Devils Lake, the mandate takes effect Thursday morning at 8. The city of Bismarck is taking up the matter today. White House COVID-19 response coordinator Dr. Deborah Birx doesn't have a lot of good things to say about North Dakota's battle against COVID. Dr. Deborah Birx says the state's protocols are the worst in the nation, and she says it shows. She was in Bismarck yesterday and says the absence of face coverings and the lack of social distancing is a danger to public health. Dr. Birx says with winter coming, social distancing will become more difficult to do, and people should get into a better practice of wearing face coverings. She says the physics behind masks working is clear, and the public utilization of masks is clear. Governor Doug Burgum is resisting a statewide mask mandate, but urges people to wear masks out of personal responsibility. North Dakota has had more new cases per capita than any other state over the past several weeks. West Fargo is moving forward with bringing students back to in-person schooling. District leaders voted last night in favor of revising its Return to Learn plan. The district wants to begin with grades pre-K through 5, followed by grades 6 through 8, and then finally grades 9 through 12.
What we are learning now through the governor's office, through the North Dakota Department of Health, is that we're not seeing the connection between the instructional model and the mitigation of the spread in the community.
The instruction model for West Fargo schools will not be tied to a state or county risk level. The district will continue with either the distance, hybrid, or majority reentry models. The plan also keeps the virtual program as an option for families. Most federal jury trials in North Dakota are on hold through the end of the year because of coronavirus. Judge Peter Welty ruled that criminal trials set to start today or after will be continued to protect public health and to reduce the size of gatherings. The judge authorized video and telephone conferencing for certain hearings. The order is in effect until December 25th. Early in-person voting is underway in Grand Forks at the Alaris Center. Polls are open this week from 10 in the morning until 6 at night, and Saturday from 10 to 3. November 2nd, the day before Election Day, hours are 10 to 6. And of course, next Tuesday on Election Day, you can cast your ballot in the state from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Masks are required inside city buildings. Sanford Health and Intermountain Health Care are intending to merge. The combined organization will employ more than 89,000 people and operate 70 hospitals, many in rural communities. It will also operate 435 clinics across 7 states, provide senior care and services in 366 locations in 24 states, and insure more than 1 million people. The merger is expected to close in 2021, pending federal and state approvals. In our schemes and ripoffs this morning, buyers beware. There's a warning today from Fargo cops about a cat scam. They say a website claiming to sell kittens in the Fargo area is not what it seems. A person told Fargo police they've lost more than $2,000 after trying to buy a kitten, paying fees for adoption, vaccines, and shipping, a city permit, and an additional request for $1,000 for COVID-related fees. Police say grammar and punctuation issues on the website are some of the easiest red flags. The location for this scam also pins the business somewhere in downtown Fargo, but the address brings you to a residential neighborhood in South Fargo. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Today's question: when it comes to surprise gift giving, 55% of moms admit that they have done this. I'm guilty of this. The answer: forgotten where they hid the gifts. It was a good hiding place. Remember, you can play along every weekday morning by heading to our Valley News Live Facebook page. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. Join us right now for more live up-to-the-minute news and weather on the Fargo CW.